There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you. Not doing well, don't know where you are.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Khadijat Adeshola, and in my channel I talk about everything related to women and midwifery. So today I'll be talking about the Migrant Mom series. So in this series, it aims to bring lots of women, lots of pregnant or new moms from different countries to come to the channel to tell us about how they're able to cope with the challenges that come with, getting pregnant and having baby in an environment that is far away from their families and friends. So today is my first episode, really. And I have with me today a mom, a first time mom who is currently an immigrant in the country, and she left her families and friends to the country. She had pregnant, she had a baby, and she's doing everything. So she's going to tell us how she's able to do everything by herself, or if she's got any support or everything about it, really. So today I'm glad to introduce to you Abigail. I think she preferred to be called Abigail, really, but she's Mrs. I should know anyway.
Hi guys, hello everybody. My name is Abigail, Mrs. Abigail Oladipo. So, basically, I'm a mom in the UK, and it's been a journey. Actually, it's been quite a journey, and we can only be thankful. We can't complain about it. Children are blessings, of course. So we just have to be, we have to find our way around it to balance our lifestyle, our daily activities, and also nursing our babies. So,
Okay, thank you so much for granting my invite and being able to to share your journeys with us in this channel.
you're
So
welcome.
basically, we've met you, you've introduced yourself. So I'm just going to be asking you some few questions, and and that will be all on the channel.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to ask is that when did you come to the UK? Were you pregnant before you come to the UK, or you got pregnant in the UK?
Yes, I came to the UK about 6 months pregnant. Yes. So
Okay.
I didn't get pregnant in the UK, of course. I came pregnant. So,
Okay, so you
yeah.
came into the UK be
There's not
pregnant.
much to
Yes.
Oh,
do
okay. So how were you able to?
when
Okay, let's leave that for
is
now. So you
thinking
came to the
about
UK
you.
already pregnant. So when you
Not
get to the
doing
UK,
well,
did you have any support?
don't
Like,
know where
do you have a
you
friends
are.
or family you were coming to
'Cause
meet
you're
before coming
not
to the UK,
here.
or you just came all
It's been
alone?
way too long.
Yes, I have a family. Yeah, I have my brother and his family. Even though that was not supposed to be my final destination in UK. UK is quite big, so I had
How
to
did
like
you
settle there
see
first
through
when I got in. And
and
while
lose
I
your
was
soul?
settling, I was also
Luckily,
trying to like get my own
beside you,
space,
I would
get my
know.
own own apartment sorted so that when the baby comes, I will be able to move in.
Okay. And also, did you come in with your husband, or you came in alone with pregnant?
I came with my husband, of course.
Okay, so both of you came in, and you have a family, like a relative that you were able to
Yes,
to like settle down with before you're able to get your accommodation. So
yes.
right now, okay, then after that, what was the next thing? How did you get your pregnancy registered in the country? Because you're already registered, you were already pregnant before you came into the country. So how were
Yeah.
you able to access the health care, in the country?
Oh, yes. So as I said, I had to put up with my brother, who's my relative, up north, and it was not. It was quite easy there. Yeah, it was quite easy because it's. I was about 6 months, which is still very okay. You can still do a lot of check up and the like. So there was still time to nurture and take care of the pregnancy. So I registered at the GP the second day I got there. Yeah, I registered
Okay.
at the GP, and then I got attended to by the midwives, and I got doctor's appointments. I got treated. But when I had to move to my own um location, which is like where I'm supposed to be, then I took a note from the hospital, from the
Okay, from the
GP,
previous
from the previous,
GP.
yeah. So they had a record of what they've done so far and how far they've gone with me, like basically
Basically
my
like
record.
transfer.
Yeah. So they did a transfer with a
Okay.
note, a sealed note. Yeah. So they asked that I give to the hospital or the GP when I get to my location.
Okay. So that was pretty easy. So you were able to access GP, midwife care, like almost immediately you get to the UK.
Yes.
Okay, so that's fine. Then now let's say that's about the pregnancy. So how about getting accommodation and having the baby and everything? How were you able to do that? Because with what you said now, it's like you've left your family, your relative that you had in the UK, now have your own accommodation in a place that is like
Yeah.
distant from where you used to, from where your families are. So how were you able to, to get the accommodation sorted and the pregnancy, the delivery? How was it? If you were to be back in your own country, I'm sure you have maybe your mom, your friends, or mother-in-law, somebody in the hospital with you.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, definitely. So it was quite a journey. It was not so funny, but getting accommodation, everyone in the UK knows that
It's
it's
not,
not it's
yeah,
not
yeah, it's
it's not
like
it's
a
not a
nightmare at
joke.
times.
Yeah, it could be a nightmare for some people, but it was not funny for me because I was due to deliver. I think I was about 37 weeks as of then, and more than 37 weeks, and I still haven't had my own, like, my own
Accommodation.
accommodation, my own space. So I still had to be, getting baby stuff was not so easy because I mean, moving things around when you are not sorted is not convenient.
Yeah, you can't even
So
get it when you don't have your house and all of
yes,
that. So
and then getting accommodation at my stage and as a new immigrant was not beans because
at that
y-
point, how were you able to cope, like emotionally? Was there a point that you feel that emotionally down because of the stress and everything, and you
yeah,
just feel like,
yeah,
what have
I
I
was.
putting myself
you can
into?
you can imagine anything anyone will go through. I
Yes,
cried. I fell into depression.
at one point,
I, I
right?
I was confused. I did, I don't know. I did everything you can imagine because imagine you being like almost homeless and you are due to
And
deliver
coming from an
and
environment where you have
and you
everything,
don't have anything. You don't have anything. You don't even know how the next day would be like. So it was crazy. So it got to a point that even when I walk on the street, I'm always crying, and you know it was not a joke. But
really.
yeah, this is where we have
But it's all
today.
good
We are
now,
happy.
really.
Yes.
So, regarding the accommodation, do you have a preference, or you just want to have anywhere at that point? Like, do you just think, let me just have a place of my own at this point? I don't want to wait to get, everyone have their own specification,
Yeah,
really.
if I had the choice to
Wait.
take to wait to still pick what, I think I wouldn't take what I have right now because where
But
I
at that
stay,
point, you just have to
yeah,
pick
I just
one.
needed to settle somewhere.
Okay. Then after that, how about the, delivery process and all of that? Do you get the support you think you need at the hospital? Was it like the same thing? The support at the hospital, was it like the support you would have gotten if you were in back home? I mean the support from the, of course, were
Yeah,
you able to get any
yeah,
family
yeah,
really?
family
Or
here.
friends like that come to look at you at the hospital to give you like kind of
No,
support?
no, actually, in the hospital here, you don't just have people work out like the way they do in Nigeria. You
Okay.
don't just have people just walking. Oh, I
There's
have a
even no
family
people
here.
that will work
So
it.
you would basically be on your own, like you and
Yeah,
your God and your child. So
in
it
the
was crazy.
hospital.
Somebody from my church wanted to bring pepper soup, and she was out for hours. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, she left
She
because
left with the
they
food.
were they weren't allowed to come in, and it is just your, like, your spouse or maybe one
Yeah,
person that is
your best
allowed, yeah,
partner
your best partner that is majorly allowed to come in, and they have time frame that they will be allowed to.
come in
So
as well.
it's quite crazy. So basically, once you have your baby, you are on your own. You start doing everything on your own. You have to be strong from that moment. So it's crazy,
So
but
you had your baby and you got back home. How was the support? Like, how were you able to cope? All alone, being at home with the baby. Just were you able to get any support at home as well? We understand in the hospital there are policies. They don't allow a lot of people something. So did you even have somebody that can come? That
yeah,
supported you at home?
yeah,
Or how were
really,
you able to cope with the night cry, breastfeeding, feeding the baby, your partner, all of those things, and eating as well?
yes. So basically, my husband has to work, because if you are in the UK, you know that
Yeah,
no
of
work,
course.
no
Somebody have
work,
to
no
work.
food. Yeah, so you
Yeah,
have to be on your toes. Basically, both parties should work. But in my case, I couldn't because of the baby, and then
you
the
just had
current
baby. Yeah.
development. Yeah, so we just have to split it. My husband had to work, and then I had to carry the other load, which is taking care of the house, taking care of baby, and also trying to get well myself. So it was not funny, and it was not easy, I would confess. So um taking
So
care of baby alone is not easy, I'll tell you. It's not easy. There are nights baby cries all the time. Baby have their needs. Baby wants to be comforted at all times, so you barely have your sleep. So if you have parents or people that can come around to help you, that would be very, very good. But for me, I didn't have. At some point, my
even if you have
sister,
you just coming in and you just
yeah,
like
my brother's wife was able to come spend 2 days, and for those 2 days she made sure that I slept good. But immediately she left like this,
you're back to square one.
the old stress came back to me. So
So
I
was
mean,
when you had your baby, I understand when you were pregnant, there were times you cry, you're emotionally down, all of that. When you had a baby, do you have any episode of that as well? Or you just looking at, thank God now I have a baby. So that keeps you.
yeah, the only thing that keeps you going at that point is that you have your bundle of joy,
So
and it's just the comfort you have. That's just the holy consolation that, yeah, it's all worth it at the end of the day. So even when you're crying for the pains, for the stress and everything, you still see your baby and you still smile.
So basically, yeah, it's stressful, it's something that is stressful, emotionally draining, but it's still something you should that worth trying,
Yeah, it's
that
worth
worth
it.
doing.
Yeah, at the
So
end of the day.
how will you compare? Are you happy that you are in the country, you're not in the UK, you are not in your home country, despite the fact that you have to go through all of that, or you regret or something that you should have been in your home country so you will have all the support?
Oh yeah, I like the fact that I had my baby here. First off, the healthcare is top.
I'm asking the next question is, despite all the stress and the fact that at one point you were emotionally down, you feel depressed and all of that, was there any point you think, why did I even come to this country? I should have just been in my home country. I'll have a lot of support or something. Was there any point you thought of that?
Yeah, at some point, but at the long run, I was really happy with the healthcare here. I mean, it's top notch compared to where I'm coming from, which is our
Okay.
almighty Nigeria. So it's
So you're
better,
from Nigeria. Oh.
which Nigeria. But of course, healthcare is not that bad in Nigeria, but you
At
are you
least
are
there are
rest
some
assured
difference,
here.
yeah.
You are rest assured, like that there are there was a particular case that happened. There was a particular thing that happened with me and the hospital and the midwives and all. I mean, he got them really pissed. But if it was in Nigeria, I know what those general hospital nurses would have done to me.
Oh.
But I'm still thankful that
Like you were
after
still
everything, I
supported
was still
despite everything
supported,
you
and
did.
they made me know that I shouldn't make such mistakes next time. It has to do with my life and everything.
Okay.
It's just
So the
the things
support
of a
were
first time
there.
mom. Yeah. So the support is there. The facility is there. Everything needed is there. So there is no excuse for them not to
You know
do
what they're
100%
supposed to.
job. Yes.
So with that, it makes you comforted, like, oh, thank God I'm here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what advice will you give to someone that is like at that stage you were when you were pregnant and you were like you want to come to another country, you want to go to another country, you want to leave your home country and the person is pregnant. There's somebody out there now at that stage considering should I go with my pregnant, considering the fact that I wouldn't even get any support when I got there or something. So what advice will you give that kind of person? Will you advise the person to try what you did or no?
Yeah, if you want to try it, it's not a big deal really. The only thing is that get prepared.
That
Get
is not going to
prepared.
be
Yeah,
easy.
it's not going to be a bed of roses. Get yourself prepared. Work more on getting an accommodation. I think the accommodation issue also made it really bad for me. Get accommodation and get prepared. It's really not a big deal taking care of a child alone, but in this kind of country where childcare is very expensive, you cannot decide to take a day off. You keep doing it. So just get yourself prepared, get yourself ready, prepare your mind, prepare your body, work on yourself.
Okay. So in that was your partner, was he so supportive in the state in the whole process, especially those periods you feel down and all of that? Were you able to get enough support you think you need from your partner as well?
Yes, I was able to get support. He had to be working back to back to ensure that our bills are being paid, that we are eating well, that we are able to buy things. When when you just when you're just having your baby or before having your baby, you need to buy a lot of things. You need to get
Yeah,
yourself
baby
prepared. So
things and
he
all of
made sure
that.
that these things were provided. And cooking too, he helped a lot in the kitchen, cleaning the house, and also he was 100% supportive, and we are
So
really grateful for it.
also, were you able to get any other support from any other person in the UK, like maybe your churches, your religious organization, or somebody around you, or your neighbors, your British or Pakistani neighbor? Was anyone helpful? I don't know
well
why I'm laughing.
well well, church, of course, churches are known to support members, to support people. I was more like a new member. I've attended for a few Sundays before I gave birth, and got so good. I got a lot of support from the church. I think the first two baths was from a church member who is like an elderly woman, and I really, really appreciated that. Shout out to them if they are watching this video. And then also, doing the naming and everything, the church was there. The church gave the church was open to us to come have the naming ceremony in church. They came around, they gifted my baby, and also that was that really meant a lot to me. And
Okay.
then my neighbors, well, if you know UK, you know everyone is mind your business. So I really don't even know what color, what race most of my neighbors
Well,
are.
your
But
neighbors
fortunately,
are.
my next door neighbor is a Nigerian, so the
So you
support was
can't
there
really
too.
come to the country and think that oh you have some support from your neighbor. You might just be deceiving yourself. Even if you're from the same country, it's like everyone works. So like the time they even if you have somebody that spare you 30 minutes or 1 hour of their time to come, the person has really tried because somebody will be thinking if I've gone to work I have £10 or £9 really. So thank you so much for sharing your experience with us.
Thank
And
you.
just for a summary to say, what Abigail I just said. So we talk about she was pregnant before she came into the UK. She had a family she was able to stay with for a couple of days before she eventually moves to where exactly she's meant to be. Then when she got there to get an accommodation was not easy. It's gave her some tough time, a period where she was emotionally down and everything. But eventually they were able to get the accommodation, have their baby in the hospital, got back home, and she just had to do everything all alone. Did you ever consider inviting somebody from your own country?
No.
No. Okay. So
I mean, you could. I didn't have anyone
Yeah,
to
you
invite.
just don't want to.
Not that I
You
didn't
never
want to.
considered it, or you don't
No,
have
I
somebody.
did consider it. I wish I do have someone to, but I don't have anyone to invite, unfortunately. So
Okay, so she did advise if you have someone to invite, you can
it's going
invite.
to be
So
very, very.
hopefully you get to interview somebody who has, who invited someone or something, somebody to come and support her in the country. And also inviting someone as well, I think it has to do with the
Your kind
size
of
of
relationship,
accommodation that you
yeah,
have.
and the relationship you have with the person.
Exactly.
Yes.
So for somebody that she said the accommodation she had currently, if she's had a lot of time, she might not even consider that. So that may be one of the factors as well. So she did advise that it's something that worth trying, because at the end of the day, it's all head enjoy, you're seeing your baby and all of that. And she never regret coming to the country, despite the fact that she was
There's
a
not
couple of
much
months
to
gone
do
before she
when
decided to
all
move to the
I
country.
can
So
is
thank you so
thinking
much for
about
sharing
you,
your experience with
not
us, and we
doing
really,
well.
really appreciate
Don't
you.
know
And
where you are,
did I even ask how old
'cause
is your
you're
baby now?
not here.
You have to guess that. I was there when I asked.
I wasn't there. I
Yeah,
don't know
you were there. So that's for you to solve with your maths.
Okay. So I think our baby is about 8 months now,
How
right?
did you
8 months plus,
say
Yeah,
yes.
that
8 months plus
I'll
now.
see
So
you
it's
soon?
been journey. Are you considering, maybe childcare, creche,
Yeah,
dropping the baby?
I am hoping that she start eating well. Yeah, she's eating, yes, but I'm hoping that she gets up to a year at least, so I can register her in
We talk
nursery
on
or
the
get
phone
her to a childminder so I can
every
start
night.
working.
Okay, so you've
Love
not been
to hear
working
your
No.
voice,
since. Oh,
not
so how you feeling?
sleeping
Your
well.
partner must be really trying. Shout
And I
out to
know
him
that
wherever he is
you're
That's
anyway.
very
that's our dream.
alone.
Because
No, I've
being
always wanted to work,
Been
but it has
gone
been
for
of his own
way too
opinion that no one will take care of my
long.
child the way I would.
is
I
meant
can't.
to
I
do
mean, the
it.
world is wicked, so you don't just want to leave your child that can barely
The
tell.
world is wicked, even in the UK. That is
Yeah,
why,
even in the
yes.
UK.
So
So
everywhere,
a child man actually told me this that
I hope that you
why am I bringing my child? That
at
is it
this
that bad at
age,
this age that can I not take care of my child? That the reason she started the business is she could not imagine herself
dropping a
giving her
child
child to
to
other people to take care of.
someone, yeah.
She can't stand it.
and
So
and in
my
the
husband
country
is
as
still worried
well,
too.
I think the maternity, you have the right to take up to a year maternity leave.
Yeah.
So if your baby is not up to a year, if you're not really doing co-parenting or something, I don't think anybody would, really, really be open to take your baby less than a year as a childminder. I wouldn't anyway if I'm doing a childminder. So thank you so much for granting our invitation, and we
Thank
hope
you.
to, at one point again meet you. So
Yeah.
eventually we're going to have a, WhatsApp group for migrant moms, and you will definitely meet Abigail on the group at one point. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. If it's something that you like, please don't forget to share to your friends and colleagues, both those that is still in their home country considering coming, that they are married and they're just thinking about, how to cope and all of that. So this series also hope to provide support to everyone struggling at that stage where you feel that you don't want to continue everything. So you meet someone who is able to share their experience with you, and you think that, oh, you're in a better position, and you've got someone who has gone through it or who is definitely going through it at the moment. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to
Thank
share,
you.
subscribe, and also like my videos. Tell my fans to like my videos. Advertise my video.
Please subscribe to our channel, like our video, and share.
Thank you so much. See you in my next videos.
You don't ask
Bye.
them to follow me. You don't
Sorry.
get it.
So I'm going to be
I'm going to capture the whole video. We are not doing it
I'm
again.
going to add an Instagram.
Instagram only.
I'm going to add an Instagram, link to this, to this post. to the caption when I'm
It's
posting this
Abigail
video.
Janelledipo, Abbydipo. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to, add the name and everything so you can follow her on her Instagram page. I think she has an Instagram page for her baby as well.
Yes.
So I'm going to be dropping both of them so you can see our beautiful babies. You can enter her DM to ask her how she was able to cope, how you can breastfeed your baby, everything you can ask her because she's done it before. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank
Bye.
you.
See you in my
Bye.
next video.
Yeah.